Alright, so Marvel's next big team, or I should say at least one of Marvel's next big teams, since there are a lot of teams coming, but the Midnight Suns are making a lot of progress. It looks like Marvel Studios has found their writer for the Midnight Suns. It looks like we know who the team is going to mostly consist of now at this point in time, and it's also looking like we know when Marvel Studios is finally going to give us that official Midnight Suns team announcement. We have a lot coming up. We have San Diego Comic-Con and we have D23, where Marvel Studios is expected to make a big splash at both. And hopefully, between the two of them, Marvel Studios will have revealed the entirety of Phase 6 and we'll know all of the hidden projects that Marvel Studios has coming up for us for the remainder of the multiverse saga. So let's talk about the new reported roster for the Midnight Suns team, the writer, and what to expect from San Diego Comic-Con and D23. Now, according to Nexus Point News, Michael Green is going to be writing the Midnight Suns film. Now, some of you might know his name, but if you don't know it and it sounds familiar, that is because he is writing Blade. At least the last or current version that we have of Blade so far. The insider Daniel RPK actually mentioned recently that they are doing yet another rewrite of the script for Blade, but he recently clarified that he did not say Michael Green was off the project. So Michael Green is still on the project. We've also heard that the Midnight Suns is going to directly follow the filming of Blade. Once Blade is done, then Marvel Studios is going to shift their focus on the Midnight Suns movie. Daniel RPK even recently clarified that again and said that he said the Midnight Suns will follow Blade. He clarified that they won't necessarily shoot back to back, but the storyline, what they have planned for the MCU, that is going to follow Blade. And it seems like the Midnight Suns are going to be somewhat of an Avengers type team. Not necessarily based on what the Avengers do or who the characters are, but how they are built up and what they kind of stand for. Basically, it seems like the Midnight Suns team is going to be a culmination movie. A culmination of the supernatural heroes that we're already going to have been introduced to in the MCU at that point in time. And this is actually stated by Nexus Point News as well. They state in their recent article, "Our source has now heard that Michael Green will be penning the script for Marvel Studios' Midnight Suns project. Green is coming off writing the script for Blade, which has been in development since 2019. Marvel Studios' Blade was reported by Daniel RPK to set up a Midnight Suns project, which would only make Green's involvement natural. They also do state that DCU Leaks has also reported that Steven Broussard would be producing the project. They then state that the film is expected to be the culmination of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's supernatural projects and bring together its respective characters. And that's really awesome to think about, and this is something that Kevin Feige has told us about for a very long time now. Years now. He said that there are going to be different sides of the MCU. The street level, the cosmic level, and the supernatural level. And it seems like the supernatural level is going to be the first one to come together outside of the norm. The street level Avengers are kind of what we've had the entire time. But now that we've had several supernatural projects and more coming up, such as Agatha, or the new title, Agatha All Along, we've had Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, we've had several at this point in time, and it looks like they're all going to start to sort of come together. And we'll see these characters start to interact with each other, but who exactly is the team going to consist of? Well, according to Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus and several other insiders as well, the Midnight Suns team is going to be led by Wongers, the one and only Wong, which makes a ton of sense because he is the Sorcerer Supreme at this point in time. His main job right now is to protect reality, is to protect the reality of our Earth. And of course, since we are in the multiverse saga, it's not just his job to protect the reality of simply Earth, but the entire universe. In fact, it looks like Wong is going to have a lot to do in the MCU coming up very, very soon. It's said that he might appear in Captain America Brave New World. Rumor has it that Wong is apparently going to be the one assembling the new Avengers in Brave New World. We know that Thunderbolt Ross is going to ask Sam Wilson to assemble a new Avengers team. However, we also know that Ross wants to control Sam Wilson, and he wants to control the new Avengers team, which Captain America is not going to let him do. So Sam might start to recruit a new Avengers team, but everything might go bad, and that's where Wong actually comes into play. Then Wong might be the one to start and visit everybody and recruit them for the next Avengers team and the next big threat. In fact, Benedict Wong himself has even teased that he's going to be returning to the MCU as Wong very, very soon. He stated, "Something's looming. Something's looming." That's all he said, but that's enough to tell us that Wong is returning very soon. And again, according to many different insiders, Wong is going to be a part of the Midnight Suns team, most likely leading it. Another member, of course, is, as most people might have guessed at this point in time, Blade. Blade is obviously, well, I should say, is supposed to be a really big movie for Marvel. It's supposed to be a big deal, and that's why they've done so many rewrites already with the script. So Blade can be a great movie, and Mahershala Ali is still around. He has not left yet, despite how many rewrites there have been, all the changes that they've gone through. I mean, it really has been through a lot, and hopefully everything that it's gone through is for the best. They're making it better, and according to some rumblings, Mahershala Ali is actually pretty happy with how the script is turning out so far with the new recent rewrite. So fingers crossed for that one. Also, Michael Green is writing Blade, and he is now reportedly going to write the Midnight Suns team. I like this because that means there should be some good continuity between the projects. And it also, again, does show that Blade is going to be a very important character in the MCU. They're going to do the Blade film, and then they're automatically going to go and film the Midnight Suns, which he's going to be in. Then we have two characters that you probably expected, Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing. The characters who really started off the gritty side of the supernatural side of the MCU. And Werewolf by Night was a huge success, so it makes sense that these two characters would definitely be in this film. The same thing goes for Moon Knight. Moon Knight is reportedly going to be a member of the Midnight Suns, which just makes sense. And we've been hearing recently that a Moon Knight Season 2 is in the works, or is at least about to be in the works over at Marvel Studios, with a Kang variant possibly being one of the villains of the show. Rumor has it we could see a Rama Tut variant. And last but certainly not least is Ghost Rider. We've been hearing a lot of news about Ghost Rider recently, a lot of rumors, specifically about how Ghost Rider could be introduced. Sounds like they're going to kind of stick relatively close to how the comics view him, and he's going to be an anti-villain, which makes sense, but you have to wonder if they're going to do something with Ghost Rider before the Midnight Suns, or if Ghost Rider's debut will be in the Midnight Suns movie itself. And this is reportedly the main roster for the Midnight Suns. There are other characters they have said that could show up, like Elsa Bloodstone, for example, Agatha as well. But right now, several insiders have heard that this is the lineup so far that Marvel Studios is talking about for the Midnight Suns movie. And according to Holyfield News, at D23, Marvel Studios should be announcing something about the Midnight Suns and Ghost Rider, both two different projects. At least that's what we believe at this point in time. They could just simply announce that Ghost Rider is coming to the MCU in the Midnight Suns movie. Perhaps he's not getting his own film, but they'll announce his debut, since it is going to be a really big deal. But go ahead, let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Do you like this Midnight Suns lineup? Do you like who is going to be writing it, Michael Green? And what are your thoughts about Ghost Rider? Should he be introduced in his own film, or should he be introduced in the Midnight Suns? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all the latest MCU news and rumors. You can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.